Hello, hello. Good evening. I'm going to call the meeting to order. I'm going to call on Gary Carlton for the Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's please stand and observe a minute of silence for our prayer. Amen.
1.3 mission statement, Charles Hickman.
Mission statement follows. Beaufort County Schools will provide quality educational programs and services to ensure student academic and vocational success.
Thank you, Charles. 1.4, I am going to call up the clerk of and any family come with them will come up front.
Yes. I think so.
Right. Good crowd.
I see a few Hudsons. How you doing?
How you doing?
Do each of you, Stacy Davis, T.W. Allen, Ethel Booth, and Carolyn Walker, Daniel Hudson, do solemnly or sincerely swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and that you will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, and that you will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state, and not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of your knowledge and ability, so help you God. And do each of you swear or affirm that you will well and truly execute the duties of the office of member of the Beaufort County Board of Education according to the best of your skill and ability, according to the law, so help you God, and that this is your solemn vow and affirmation? Congratulations.
Everybody can come take their new respective seats now, so we can go to work. Are they, Andrea, are they lit up so they can see the? All right, cool. All right, we ready to roll? All right, 1.5, board member elections. I'm going to pass it to Dr. Cheeseman.
Thank you. So each year in December, Board of Education holds nominations for board chair and vice chair. And so at this time, the floor is open for nominations for board chair.
I would like to be recognized.
Mr. Shreve?
I would like to nominate Mr. Carlton as board chair this year.
Mr.
Second.
Carl, do you accept that nomination?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to nominate T.W. Allen, who's done a great job, and don't need to change it.
Second.
Do you accept that nomination?
Yep.
Any others? All right. So We'll need a motion to close nominations.
I make a motion, we close nominations, being there are no further ones.
Second.
Second. All in favor of closing those?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so all in favor of Gary Carlton as your board chair, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3.
Gary?
Gary, would you like to vote for yourself? 4. All in favor of T.W. Allen, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Congratulations, Mr. Allen. You will be the board chair for Beaufort County Schools. Thank you.
Thank you.
In addition, I'd like to turn it over to Chairman Allen now for the vice chair vote.
All righty. The floor is now open for vice chair.
I
I
make,
nominate Donald Shreve.
All right, Donald. All right,
Chairman Allen, I nominate Terry Williams.
Terry Williams. Any more nominations?
Is there room for comment here? Can we make a comment?
Yeah.
I would just like to say that in the past, I thought it was fair, and my understanding that board members shared the chairmanship and vice chairmanship, that you passed that around instead of electing the same person like for 3 years in a row. That's just my
No,
comment.
no,
That's
okay.
just, I just think it's fair to let everybody have an opportunity to preside over a meeting. Thank you.
Well, I think it's just, Mr. President.
Yep.
I mean, if I may, I just think it's up to the board who they would like to have for their chair, if one decides.
Terry Williams.
Second, anybody?
Second.
All right, CW. All in favor of Donald Shreve, raise your right hand. All in favor of 4? All in favor of Terry Williams, raise your right hand. 2, 3. All right,
Congratulations.
thank you, Mr. Terry Williams.
TW, I'm assuming you didn't raise your hand, but you did. Trying to keep it all?
Yep. All right. You got a policy code 2120, since we got new board member.
120 Code of Ethics for School Board Members, which includes ethical requirements, specific board member commitments, also refers to general statutes, and at the very end would be your signature with printed name. This is not something that you have to read and sign in this moment. At the end of the week. Thank you.
3.1, approval of the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Want to abstain since you weren't on the board when this was done, it's perfectly fine. So, y'all- all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, did y'all want to abstain, or y'all good?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'd like to abstain.
All right, cool. Y'all have a couple of attachments to go along with this.
You got to live up to what Miss Gibbs did last time. She did a fantastic job, Dr. Young.
Just so you know, she also talked about you.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. This month, our character trait of the month is courage. And courage is doing the right thing in the face of difficulty and following the conscience instead of the crowd. So my example is, I wish Jerry Jones would have the courage to sell the Dallas Cowboys so we could get us a championship. We need A new. Oh.
You feel it?
It's okay.
No, he don't.
Now from Bath Elementary, Molly Respis.
All right.
One of our students, Molly Respis, who has shown an exceptional amount of courage and kindness in her interactions with a classmate. We believe her actions are worthy of recognition and praise. Molly has demonstrated incredible empathy and has quietly and respectfully helped her classmate manage overwhelming moments during lessons, whether it's offering reassurance during a stressful offering a kind word. Molly has been a constant source of support. She is consistently observant of her friend's needs, ready to step in when anxiety becomes overwhelming, and works to make sure her classmate feels safe in what can often be a challenging environment. It's students like Molly who make our school community not just a place of academic growth, but also an environment where compassion, courage, and kindness thrive. We believe her actions are a shining example of the values we strive to foster in all our students. Molly truly makes the world a better place. Congratulations, all right.
If Molly's kind of take a picture in front of the backdrop, you're welcome to come forward for that. Thank you.
Next up, from Chakawinity Primary, we have Wade Hosey. The definition of courageous. He is brave and handles situations and obstacles head on. This does not mean that he is fearless. Though Wade probably has many fears, he channels his fears into grit and determination. He uses his courage and bravery to reach his goals, overcome challenges, and explore opportunities for himself. Wade's courageous mind and courageous spirit keep him strong and ready to conquer all. Wade, I am so proud of you and admire all that you are. From Mrs. Jones, Wade demonstrates courage each day in the tenacity with which he approaches his days at school. Rather than seeing challenges, Wade sees opportunities. Rather than having an I can attitude, Wade dives full in and puts forth his all, despite facing challenges other students his age do not come close to facing. This takes more courage than many adults could muster up, and Wade does this day in and day out. Wade does all of this with a smile on his face. He almost always has something funny to share and enjoys bringing laughter to others. Wade is undeterred in his pursuit of living his life to the fullest. Facing challenges throughout the manner Wade does takes great courage. Not allowing potential obstacles to discourage or stop you, pressing on even harder despite those, takes much bravery. Wade is an encouragement, an example to me, and I'm thankful to have a small part in his time at Chakawinity Primary School. Thank you, Wade. Next up, from Chakawinity Middle, we have Eliza Brooke Hardison. Eliza Brooke Hardison represents this character trait. She is naturally a reserved student, but was recently given an opportunity to lead the class in their math lessons. Eliza led her class through a whole week of math lessons, and she approached each challenge with confidence and persistence. She created an environment where everyone felt encouraged and was able to engage all students participating in the lesson. Her willingness to speak up, ask questions, and share her thoughts helped create a supportive atmosphere for learning. Keep up the fantastic work. Your courage is truly inspiring. From Mrs. Carolyn. From Early College High, we have Adam Trejo. All right. He's clean tonight. He's clean. From Dr. Probert. Adam was diagnosed with cancer in March of 2024. He has undergone numerous treatments since his diagnosis, and his cancer is now in remission. Through this extremely personal ordeal, Adam has maintained his sense of humor, kept up with his academics, and never stopped smiling. Great job. I'm telling you, I'm glad I stepped my game up.
Congratulations.
Eastern Elementary, we have Zacharias Clark. Courage is having determination to do the right thing even when others don't, and the strength to follow your conscience rather than the crowd, and attempting difficult things that are worthwhile. Eastern Elementary chose Zacharias Clark, Miss Everett, his teacher, for the character trait of courage. He is a happy kid, always smiling, and his smile will make you smile. He is a very hard worker. He demonstrated courage among his classmates, family, and friends. During our ABC fashion show practice, they were informed to not do cartwheels or anything dangerous. When the ABC fashion show started and his name was called, Zacharias wanted so badly to do a cartwheel. We could see his movement. He caught himself and decided not to do it. Way to go, Zacharias. Good job, bro. From John Cotton Taylor, Jasir and Josiah Peel.
Congratulations. I gotta ask you, I think you ought to go up there and do the cartwheel now. That's a good idea. I think you should.
I'm sorry. Our two students are for our character trait of courage are at Duke Hospital undergoing bone marrow transplants now. And so they were unable to join us today for obvious reasons. So we will make sure they get this information and these awards. So, yes.
From John Small, we have Deleza Alvarado Montoya. Courage is having the determination to do the right thing even when others don't, and the strength to follow your conscience rather than the crowd, and attempting difficult things that are worthwhile.
It says Eastern. John Small.
She was chosen because she's a happy kid. She's always demonstrating courage amongst her classmates, family members, and friends. Way to go, Delzea. Northeast Elementary, Tiaja Weston. Northside High, we have Haven Grace Jordan. Haven consistently steps out of her comfort zone in chemistry. While in the beginning she wasn't the strongest student academically, she never stopped trying and continued showing growth. I can count on Haven Grace to answer questions in the class when others are afraid to let their voices be heard. She will attack complex problems, and she approaches each task with confidence and a positive attitude. I love how her confidence has grown through her courage this semester. She learns from her mistakes and perseveres in the face of challenges that she faces. As her confidence and courage have grown, she is helping students around her grow in their understanding of chemistry. Congratulations. From P.S. Jones, we have Christopher Ruffin. I would like to recognize Christopher Ruffin for his outstanding courage, perseverance, and commitment. As an 8th grader, Christopher took a bold step by joining an athletic team for the first time, embracing the challenge of learning an entirely new sport. Despite being a newcomer, he worked hard to stay on top of his grades, maintaining good academic standing, and ensuring excellent attendance with no behavioral issues. Christopher's dedication to balancing academics, athletics, and personal responsibility is truly commendable. His bravery in stepping out of his comfort zone and his unwavering work ethic are qualities that will serve him well in all areas of life. Christopher, you are a true example of what it means to have courage and to approach new challenges with an open mind and heart. Keep up the great work. From Southside High, we have Jordan Grimes Boone. She is currently at an athletic engagement. Congratulations, Jordan. SW Snowden, we have Jayla Stilley. All right, thank you, Jayla. And finally, from Washington High, we have Gabe Davis. Gabe look like he need to be playing for the Cowboys. See if I can get you a contract. It is with great pride that I nominate Gabe Davis for this extraordinary display of courage and resilience. Over the past 2 years, Gabe has faced significant challenges, enduring 2 difficult injuries that sidelined football. Despite the pain, setbacks, and lost time, Gabe remains steadfast in his determination to return to the field for his senior season. Now, as a senior, Gabe has not only overcome these obstacles, but has risen as a leader. All-Conference Award and Team Defensive MVP Award. His journey exemplifies the essence of courage, not just in physical recovery, but in his unwavering mental toughness, positive attitude, and commitment to the Pam Pack. Gabe has shown that true leadership is not about avoiding adversity, but embracing it with grace and determination. Gabe's high school story reminds us all that courage is about perseverance and the strength to inspire others through one's actions. For these reasons, I wholeheartedly recommended Gabe Davis for this honor.
And I attended Pam Pack games, and you heard Gabe's name a lot.
Next up, we have Mr. Keith Mitchell, District Athletic Director.
Not as well dressed as my counterparts here, but but we are here tonight to recognize our Athlete of the Month, and we want to recognize them for the highlight and outstanding athletes who they have demonstrated exceptional dedication, sportsmanship, and performance in the classroom as well as on the field or court. Whether through competition, training, or leadership, these athletes stay positive in the face of adversity and have shown growth and improvement through determination, commitment, and being coachable. So as I call your name, if you'll please come forward as I read a little bit about you from your coach and athletic director to receive your award. And first, we have from Northside, and we have two athletes tonight who are actually on the playing court in basketball. Miss Trinity O'Neill, she's a senior at Northside, and she is a cheerleader. And then Mr. Max Van Sant, who's a basketball player. They're in Madam Skeet tonight. So, but I still want to read a little bit about each one. For Trinity, not only has Trinity been a valuable asset to our cheerleading team and an outstanding captain this season, she has dedicated and committed herself to and her team in a way that many cannot fathom. Trinity has helped facilitate a team based on trust, loyalty, and friendship, but is also an ambassador to others, underclassmen, and our fans. I cannot begin to explain how appreciative I am of these athletes, to her for her dedication. Many may not know this, but she always overcomes the odds, and you would never know if she has been through any struggle because she always comes in ready to work with a smile on her face. This fall, she was in a bad vehicle accident and shortly after sprained her ankle. Both events would cause anyone wanting to take time off, but not her. She came to practices even just to watch or to mark her place in a routine, never faulting to show up for herself or her team. If all this is not a reason enough to be recognized, she has also just returned from an All-American trip, which is her third time being recognized as an All-American cheerleader by Varsity Spirit and their all-conference team at our last competition. I am beyond proud of her as a cheerleader and an athlete, but most of all, I'm proud of her as a human being and the care and love she carries within herself. So we say a big thank you to Trinity. Max Van Sant, his coach wrote, I am writing to recommend Max, a student who has excelled in football, basketball, and golf at Northside High School for the past 4 years. Throughout his time at Northside, Max has demonstrated exemplary skills across multiple athletic disciplines, earning numerous awards and accolades. Notably, he has received special recognition for his outstanding performance in basketball, including being nominated for the All-Tournament team, as well as being honored as his offense and defensive awards within the basketball realm, showcasing his versatile skill set and leadership on the court. His dedication, drive, and passion for sports have not gone unnoticed, as his contributions to the athletic community at Northside High School have been truly commendable. We believe that his unwavering commitment to excellence sets a high standard for his peers and serves as a source of inspiration for aspiring athletes within the school and beyond. So we'll make sure they get their awards in the next day or two. From Southside, Female Athlete of the Month is a senior, Lily McLean, and she is actually on the basketball court as well for Southside. But we definitely want to recognize her, and it says, Lily recently finished her season in volleyball and is now a standout player for the Seahawk basketball team. She is a true leader on and off the court. She works hard and does everything she can to make everyone around her better. This demonstrates the talent she possesses and the willingness she has to compete. Lily takes pride in her academics as well as her athletics, where she has a 3.7 GPA in the classroom. On the basketball court, Lily has demonstrated the work ethic, commitment, and heart of a champion. Off the court, Lily is well respected by her peers and her teachers. This is a reflection of the respect and gratitude she shows toward everyone. Lily shows character and sportsmanship that every student athlete should own. And our Male Athlete of the Month for Southside is Junior Jonathan Solis. He's coming up. Jonathan shows outstanding character and success both on and off the field and wrestling mat. His commitment to excellence, relentless work ethic, and sportsmanship have made him a standout athlete and a role model for his peers. As a wrestler, Jonathan has demonstrated exceptional skill and determination. He is currently undefeated for the current season and has a 38-12 overall record as a junior. Wow. He was also Southside kicker for the football team. His ability to stay focused under pressure and his strategic approach to each match and kick reflect not only his physical strength, but also his mental discipline. Beyond his athletic achievements, Jonathan is a leader within the school community. He is known for his humility, respect for others, and unwavering integrity. He consistently demonstrates a commitment to helping those around him succeed. Jonathan's success is a testament to his dedication and resilience. He balances his rigorous training schedule with academic responsibilities, earning the admiration of teachers and coaches alike. His determination, positive attitude, and respect for his sport and peers make him a deserving recipient of this recognition. Congratulations. All right, from Washington, our female athlete of the month is sophomore Riley O'Neal. Riley had an outstanding 2024 fall season as a key player for the Washington High School's volleyball team. Known for her consistency on the court, she regularly delivered impactful performances, including her impressive outing against North Pitt, where she recorded 15 digs, 8 kills, and 8 aces. In another notable match against Southwest Edgecombe, Riley contributed 12 kills, 9 aces, and 3 digs, further establishing her as a leader on the court. Her efforts played a crucial role in the team's success throughout the season. To finish off the season, Riley was second in the conference in aces and the top 10 in digs, hitting, and kills. Riley's strong season highlights her importance to the team and her ability to rise to the occasion on both offense and defense, solidifying her reputation as one of the standout players in Washington High School's volleyball program. Congratulations. And our male athlete of the month for Washington is another fellow that could play for the Cowboys, Dr. Young, Keandrick Melton.
This is another young man whose name was called out a lot.
We'd rather see him play for the Redskins, but Keandrick was the senior leader on our Pan-Pac football team. Keandrick finished off the football season on a high note with a top 5 ranking in the state with 1,629 rushing yards, 9 games with over 100 yards rushing, and led the team to a playoff berth for the first time in 3 years. Keandrick's hard work earned him first team all-conference and Offensive Player of the Year in the Eastern Plains 2A Conference. His dedication to his team helped push the Pan-Pac through a grueling season and helped the team achieve many successes. We thank Keandrick for all his hard work over the last 4 years and can't wait to see his achievements while playing college football. Oh, yeah, I don't need that. I'm good with that.
Congratulations. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
No.
While they're taking the rest of their pictures, we're going to move on. 5.1, public comment. Dr. Cheeseman has a little blurb to read.
Welcome to the Beaufort County Board of Education meeting. To hear comments on programs, policies, and procedures. The board typically will not respond to nor take any immediate action on the concerns expressed, but please be assured that the board takes all comments under appropriate advisement. In order to conduct the meeting in an orderly and efficient manner, the following guidelines have been established. Persons wishing to telephone number and topic to be addressed. Speakers to the podium in the order in which they are registered. Comments must be issue-oriented. Complaints against any employee will not be heard in public session. Public participation is limited to the public comment section so that the board may deliberate important decisions without distraction.
Rader. And Mr. Rader, if you would like your typed you get done. I think your mic is hot.
The international issues. The United States was the only country where the public views political and ideological bias in the classroom as the greatest challenge. Security, which was the second greatest challenge in the U.S. This is consistent with the Locke Foundation poll in North Carolina a little over a year ago that found 71% of parents in our state are concerned about ideological indoctrination of children in the public school classrooms. It is the woke ideology that is invading public school curricula that is causing this concern, and that invasion is being pushed by the public school establishment. The teachers' unions, the liberal textbook companies, and liberal bureaucracy are all part of the problem. Common sense in education, and the woke mind virus will soon be gone from the U.S. Department of Education. Our state election was another matter, however, as radical leftist Mo Green will be the new superintendent of DPI. Of woke activists to the state school board. The bulwark for education is our elected local school boards, which fortunately have many statutory powers to make their own decisions and resist control by Raleigh. The citizens of Beaufort County elected you, board members, to stand up for common sense in education and not back down to the liberal education establishment. You have to stand up yourselves, as school superintendents are always looking for the next job in a bigger system, and that's allergic to doing anything that displeases the education establishment. Even your NC School Boards Association is run by liberal career staff more interested in their role in the education establishment than in really looking out for their member local boards. That showed very clearly in the Title IX fight where they were missing in action. And Title IX, of course, would have put boys in the girls' bathrooms and boys in the girls' sports teams. You have a big job ahead of you, and citizens are counting on you to stand firm against the woke ideology in the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, we'll move on to discussion, no action. 6.1, NC General Statute 115C 105.5 2A, and you have a couple attachments. Dr. Cheeseman, this is Protecting Our Students Act.
Yeah, so this is a general statute that I wanted to bring to your attention, and specifically reading from the Center for Safer Schools general statute, as Chairman Allen said, General Statute 115C-105.57 2A, that in fact the Center for Safer Schools would develop and produce age-appropriate videos, as I'm reading directly from the statute, to be shown to students in grades 6 through 12 that include at least the information in General Statute 115C-12, Section 47, and that is specifically around child abuse and neglect, and warning signs to that. The video shall be distributed to all public school units and may be provided to non-public schools at the request of the non-public school. But in short, that these videos should be shown to students the first 5 days after the first day of school. So I wanted to bring to your attention that the Center for Safer Schools did not actually have the videos created after or before the first 5 days of school, and have just actually finalized those videos, of which you have links to. So I wanted to bring it to your attention solely and also ask that you watch the videos, because parents are going to have an awful lot of questions once their children come home, grades 6 through 12, when many of those videos talk about what predators might look like, sound like, and I'm not certain that all students will understand specifically what they're viewing, nor all parents would understand why they're viewing it. So I first wanted to start with the general statute to make you aware as the board. This is law. It's not something that you get to choose to do. It's something that you must do by law. However, I just returned from a superintendent's meeting from last Thursday where most public schools have not shown these videos yet, as advised by their attorneys. I'm waiting to receive feedback from Steve Rawson, your board attorney with Tharrington Smith, in terms of how you should handle it. Some public school systems are using this through their health class because the topics are about sexual abuse and predators and other topics of that nature, as you may have saw. But by doing that through health classes, then not all children at the beginning of school in the first 5 days would actually see it. Some advice from other attorneys through other public school systems came that, in fact, since the Center of Safer Schools did not have the requirements done in time, that in fact, you as a public school do not have to have this completed until the beginning of next school year. So I'm bringing it to your attention, asking you to review it, and in short, bring questions back. And the order of operation is to have our principals review it, the videos, ultimately show it with their faculty so they can understand what they're viewing, and then ultimately understand how to point the questions back to parents and guardians to make sure they're not in the way of that of sorts, and then ultimately deciding when to show this to children as, you know, outlined by law. So to that, please take a look at the videos. I'll work with your attorney. I'll bring that attorney's voice back to you, or he will bring it to you directly in terms of where we are and what it should look like and sound like. But once you give me the green light based on that advisement, then we would send out notices to our family about the general statute so they understand that this is law and the General Assembly requires that all children see these videos. Part of the concern is that children may not necessarily of age be ready for some of the topics and or vocabulary. The other concerns is how teachers and how employees inside the school system would be viewed and how they would be received, as we don't want to frighten children based off of this. So ultimately, how do you get this in front of parents so parents can see it as well? So those are topics that we've had at the state level, working with attorneys around making sure that, you know, parents might have an opt-out on this, but in totality, General Statute 115C-105.7 is what I'm asking you to look at, and at the beginning of next month, I'll bring back your attorney's advisement.
You all have any additional, start question? Okay, Gary.
So they do have an opportunity to opt out? A parent can opt out?
I'm hoping so, but based on the Parent Bill of Rights, they should be able to. But at the same time, based on general statute law, we need greater guidance from your attorney. And now I want to be very clear that there are public schools with boards of education who have publicly stated they're not going to show these videos, and that they would seek greater advisement in terms of what they should look at, just because of the vocabulary based off of the entry age level as a 6th grader. All right, so I think that parents should be able to see this. I, as a parent of a student inside the school system, I would want my wife and I to look at this before it was ever shown in a classroom. And I think parents have that right to see that as well, but I'm asking to really just talk with your attorney to see how the attorney would advise you as a board.
Charles, I think you had your hand up.
Yeah, Dr. Cheeseman, have you seen any of these videos?
Yes, yes, I have the same link that you have, and I have the same concerns that others have. All right, and I'm fortunate that I have, as a parent, an older child, where I can have this discussion, or she can have it with her mother. All right, but at the same time, there are many children who don't have that opportunity and may not have a place to have their questions answered. So I want to make sure that you as a board are safe in the delivery, that parents are educated in terms of what's coming out versus, hey, why is Beaufort County showing these things? We want to make sure everybody's on the same page before we do something. And at the same time, we want to make sure that all children can have their questions answered, and so can the adults who work with those children.
You're first. You go first. You're not hot.
What was the time that when was it that the General
3
Assembly
days after
passed
the
this?
school opened. 3 or 4 days after school
You
opened.
said it was early in the year, but they didn't have it, so when was it they
Yeah,
passed
so the
it?
Center of Safer Schools was supposed to have the videos prepared before the school year started, and
Right.
they did not.
And it was passed about that time by
And it went
So-
through both of our houses and.
Yeah, it's approved by your General Assembly. Now,
So-
the other key piece is your Center of Safer Schools may be merging into your State Bureau of Investigation. So some of this actually might halt.
Good.
And so we're just waiting to see what some of those actions are. But why is there a concern? Because the North Carolina Department requires you to complete an attestation form. By law, you have to sign off that
Right.
And so before we get down to that, make sure that parents understand what's at stake.
Our current gen is the one that passed.
Put this in law, yes, sir.
So, Carolyn, what's that?
I fully support the fact on time, and I would like for our board to do our due diligence and not pass this in a timely manner without a tremendous amount of review. If the board comes to a consensus that we would like parents to have the option to opt out, especially our younger 6th, 7th, 8th graders. I haven't seen it, I haven't watched it, so I don't know what it says, but I have those concerns as to whether or not a lot of our 6th graders are really ready for that type of topic. Some are probably ready in the 4th and 5th grade. You know, students are a lot more mature now than a lot of us were at that age. But with that said, I would like to see our board walk very opinion.
I agree. Don?
Dr. Cheeseman, did you say there was a mandate? Is there did you say the end of this year as far as we would have to make a decision one way or the other, or is that optional, or is there a mandate?
It's a law, so it's not optional. And the law was written as having to show it no more than 5 days after the first day of the school year, which the Center of Safer Schools was not prepared with their videos in time. So there's an attestation that I must complete on behalf of the board that says we showed it within the first 5 days, but clearly it's December. Those videos are all coming in now, and so there's a backlog to it. So some school systems believe that they don't have to start it until next school year because of the delay. But it is a law in the state of North Carolina, thus not being optional. The school district must do something. Now, based on the Parent Bill of Rights, I'm asking that our attorney, your attorney, that in fact, will parents have an opt-out onto it? And so right now, I'm asking all of you to be informed, review it, free of children in the room, review it, put your questions together, and then ultimately gain greater guidance in terms of whether you think it's most appropriate or not, and then I'll follow your guidance.
But you'll make sure it's not shown until we give that word.
So, 100%.
I just wanted to hear it.
Anybody else got any
We
questions?
put the brakes on the principals last week.
But that's good, keep those breaks.
All right, moving to 6.2, NC School Board Association policy updates. And for new school board members, we get these 3 or 4 times a year,
Fall and spring.
fall and
updates.
spring. So, go ahead, Dr. Cheeseman.
Well, I think you just said it. So the School Board Association that you work with closely through the School Board Trust, and at the state level, they put together your Board of Education documents, of which then you create them to be your own in Beaufort County. So you have a custom policy update for fall of 2024, and some of those policies include parent involvement, remote participation in board meetings, technology, responsible use, web page development, testing and assessment programs, accountability, graduation requirements, tobacco products, student wellness, bullying and harassing, use of unmanned aircraft, registered drones,
drone.
Yeah.
to clarify drones, registered smoking and tobacco reporting to external agencies. So in short, you have 30 days to review. So you put this up for a 30-day review. So this is day 1 of your 30-day review. And what I do as the superintendent is I then section this out to our teammates who oversee those departments or those categories or those topics, who then customize it and craft it towards Beaufort County schools. And then we bring back those suggestions to you, ask you for yours so we can incorporate those before you actually vote on anything. And these are accessible to the public through our website on a 30-day review for commentary.
And what you'll notice, Daniel and Stacy, is that what is in red that has either been added or crossed out, that is what's new.
And the good news is, too, is only 56 pages and
Yeah.
144 pages.
Yeah, that's an easy year.
Christmas reading.
Yeah.
Yep. You have some Christmas.
All righty.
In the attachments,
yes.
the Part B is a duplicate of Part A, right?
It looked to me like
It looked to me like it.
I was thinking it
Yeah,
was.
it looked to
I
me
was
like it
thinking
was also.
Yeah.
All righty. 6.3, budget timeline, school year 25-26. Dr. Cheeseman, board, you got a couple attachments.
All right, so by Board of Education policies, so, new board members understand, Board of Education Policy 8100, Budget Planning and Adoption. Under process, it states that by July 31st of each year, the superintendent shall submit to the board a calendar outlining the steps. So today is December 10th, and I am providing the outline in advance to you. And so the outline simply just talks about the time schedule that you would like to have information and/or some of the activities that we're conducting within the district to ensure that you get all the numbers and all the facts that you need in a timely fashion. So if you notice, on February 5th, we distribute budget timelines and actions, so we're doing that now, but I'll distribute it to principals and directors. Also, February 11th, I'll sit with the county commissioners and give them a mid-year update in terms of where we were versus where we are and where we're headed and what we need help with. February 19th, principals return their site-based capital and instructional expenditure requests to the superintendent, and then from there, directors and district staff start working on a budget. And throughout that time at your board meetings, you start seeing drafts of this and you start having conversation about what you like, what you don't like. You come see me individually, you work as a team, whatever it may be. But ultimately, if you look at Policy Code 8100, you'll see that you try to ultimately adopt a budget by May 1st. But if you notice down bottom under letter B, under the process, it says the board will submit the entire budget as approved by the Board of Education to the Board of County Commissioners no later than May 15th. So this is the beginning of that. So for those who are not schooled in public school finance, your budget process actually starts in December for the following year. So this is for information only.
All right, 6.4, Washington Elementary School update.
Sure, so the first piece of good news is you're on time. And you're still to the timeline of what Jimmy Height and Height Associates has established for you when you first came into a contractual agreement with them, which means that we just had our groundbreaking last Monday. Super excited about it. And now WIMCO, from your last board meeting, for those who weren't here, is your building contractor. And super excited there as they're local and going to do really great work. Some of them even have children in our schools, so just really feel good about it. So Mr. Height wanted me to update you in the sense that he's applied for building permits. He's applied for construction permits, excuse me, and we look forward to the ground moving in January, coming back from the new year. So right now, we're on time. Now, you will also see coming up in a moment some invoices, and I'll save that commentary till we get there. But right now, the budget ordinance was passed by the county commissioners on a 4-3 vote, so you're in a good spot.
I have a question. We, since we just had the groundbreaking, and we usually have a progress meeting on the second Thursday, there's
Second
no
Thursday
need
of
for us to
January.
have one
Going to
this
second
month,
Thursday
right?
of January.
So we'll go into January.
Yep, because we should be rolling then, and we should have all
Have a lot
permits
more to
done,
do.
and we should be rolling.
That's what I assumed, but
Yeah.
because we've got it
In
on
the
there.
holiday season and all of that kind of stuff
Right.
we got going on. Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right, we're moving on to 7.1, discussion action.
right, so-
Height Associates, go.
All right, so let's teach everybody how this works now. So it's a $42 million capital fund grant, of which that money does not sit in your bank account, right? I'm looking at the finance officer, right? The money doesn't sit in your bank account. So in short, it's a $10 million match from the county, and the budget ordinance passed. So the county manager, county finance officer has already worked with your county commissioners to actually put together your line items for expenditures. So now that that's happened, Height Associates can actually invoice you for the work now. And so the board is to look through the invoice, and honestly, it comes through our office, we send it to you. So the board looks through the invoice, recognizes the work to be done. If you have questions, get them answered. If you don't have questions, that's fine. But ultimately, once you approve that this invoice should be paid, meaning that you believe the work that has been done, then it goes to the county commissioners. And the county commissioners are specifically responsible for also signing off on it because they have the $10 $10 million match, which means that you somewhat have to prorate each payment. So to that, there's very specific forms that Ms. Potts and I will fill out and sign off on after you vote. And then we go to the county commissioners, and we're hoping that since they've already passed the budget ordinance, that they can move it quickly or within the 30 days that these businesses are expecting their money. So for everyone in the audience, they're looking at the amount due of $1,798,905 for work that's been completed, which includes from the Greater Diversity News of advertising, the RFPs, all the way to Speedy Glue in terms of, or Speedy Blue in terms of advertising. So if you keep going down, you see everything that I'm seeing. You'll see the checks. Height Associates was very thoughtful of providing you copies of checks that have already been sent out attached to what the reason was. So everything's in front of you. So you'll see Sorrel Land Surveying, if I said that correctly. So you'll see that the land was surveyed. You'll see Bolton and Menk. So everything is right in front of you to look at. So with that, I'm asking for your approval to compensate Height Associates for the $1.798 million.
And Dr. Cheeseman, am I correct in my thinking in that we submit this and then to the county and they do their part? And then doesn't Ms. Radcliffe pay this bill?
Yes, the county commissioners then specifically
the
draw the
drawdown.
money down from the state through the NC Lottery grant fund.
Right.
But also draw the portion out of their $10 million that they'll put into it, because there has to be a match to it all as you go.
I got it.
There was a 5% requirement match in the actual grant. Now, the great thing is that the builder came in under budget at $43 million, which we initially projected to be $51, $52 million. So the local match may not be as much as we thought would have to be.
Right.
But
right.
yes, you're not writing the check, the county signs off on it and they write the check. All money flows through the county
Through the
commissioners,
county.
not to Beaufort County Schools.
Right. I wanted to make sure everybody understood that.
Anybody
You
got
don't
any-
have to write these checks.
Anybody else got any questions for how the money, go ahead, Don.
Now the money comes from DPI, from the federal, or from the grant.
NC Lottery.
Then it goes to DPI, and then it comes through the county. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct. It comes from the state to the county when the county requests a specific amount to draw down with documentation to prove the reason of the request.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? All right, Mr. Williams.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
And in the progress monitoring updates on those second Tuesdays of the month, now that you're paying for things, we will ask the chief financial officer for the county commissioners to report to you specifically around updates and
Okay,
things that
that'd be
have been
great.
paid.
Mr. Williams.
I move that we go into closed session pursuant to General Statutes 143, 318, 11A. 1, to prevent disclosure of confidential personnel files under General Statutes 115C 321.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, we're
We
close.
won't have to worry about it now, but punch this button so that you're